very cold staring at the poster on the wall. What's the point of going out when you could just give me a call? Wake Up Sunshine drops in just over a week. I'm really excited. Can you tell? Okay, so we're starting off with my absolutely favourite foundation ever, the bareminerals barepro liquid foundation, because it matches my skin perfectly. It has so much yellow and I need that yellow. We're blending it out with a BH Cosmetics kabuki-ish style brush. And right, I'm just fighting with my dad over Spotify to use it online there, but just keep blending it out. And then we're going back in with a Real Techniques sponge, just making sure everything's completely blended together. We're using the e.l.f. concealer now, the camo concealer, in a shade that's far too light. Just blend that all over to highlight my face, because you want to look kind of dead. Well, I want to look kind of dead. But, you know, we're using the sponge to blend it out, but then we're going over using the sponge, but on the side that we use the foundation, to try and make it look like it matches, but it really doesn't, and it doesn't work. But after that's all blended out, just set with powder, because it's already matte enough, obviously. To contour, we're using a NYX eyeshadow and just contouring my face like I usually do. And we're also going to be using a bronzer, which shall not be named because it's not cruelty free, but I've been trying to use it up for like 4 or 5 years now. So yeah, we're using the same eyeshadow to do my eyebrows, because I didn't want to buy a new brow product for my blonde hair, but now we're just using a dark brown eyeshadow to go over the edges, because I have a lot of roots, as you can clearly tell. So now we're using the yellow eyeshadow from the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette. Blend that all around your eye socket, everywhere, very low down as well, because you just want to make your eyes look kind of sunken in. Well, I do. I don't know why I do it. That's just how I do my makeup. Honestly, there was no point in really putting concealer under my eyes because we put so much eyeshadow there. But you know, I'm spending so much time blending out yellow eyeshadow for an Asian with as yellow skin tone as I do. What am I doing? Like, I'm still going. Damn. Okay, so this Makeup Revolution palette, we're taking the green, just packing it all over the eyelids, both of them, and then we're using the yellow shade from that same Makeup Revolution palette, because it's a wee bit darker than the one from the Pastel Goth palette, and we're using that as like wee transition colour, even though it doesn't really make a difference. But now the rain is just washed out of my mind, keeping an eye on the well. I need to shut up. I guess I'll go home now. And as always, we're going to put that way below our lash line, all the way down our under eyes. When the rest of our cities have fled, and what's left is nothing, why should I waste it all, waste it on you? Ah yes, now we're taking the dark green right below the light green from that same Makeup Revolution palette, and we're going to put it like smudgy liner, although it's not the most pigmented and it doesn't really make a difference, but I think it makes a very slight difference, and that's why I did it. Also, we're putting that underneath our eyes, but we're putting it like below where our eye is to kind of make our eyes look kind of puffy, if that makes sense. I know, I just felt like doing that, and plus the brush was really small and really rough, so I couldn't put it underneath my lash line because it kind of hurt. Here I'm trying to map. Can I stop? Mapping out where I'm drawing the sun. Oh my. Can I stop interrupting myself? Thank you. Oh yeah, trying to map out where I'm putting the sun, the circle around my eye with face paint at first, but it wasn't working out, so then I eventually just gave up and used my NYX white liquid liner to draw the circle, and then to draw the rays of sun I used the jumbo pencil and milk. Yeah, I'm just blending out the face paint that kind of failed because I couldn't get a fine enough line. Now we're beginning to do the sun. We're just using the jumbo pencil. I sharpened it for once and we're just going straight for it. I do realise that most of this is out of frame, but that's because I'm absolutely blind without my glasses and have to be like literally a centimetre away from the mirror to be able to see anything, but hopefully you'll have something that kind of resembles the sun from the All Time Low album. Well, now you see me packing yellow eyeshadow onto the NYX jumbo pencil, the one I'm using for like the northeast. So why am I referring to it like that? Like the vertical lines, the horizontal lines, and then like the directly 45 degrees diagonal lines. I'm using the yellow from the Makeup Revolution palette, and for like the shorter ones in between those, I'm using the pastel goth palette because I thought it was going to be a bit lighter, but whenever I packed it onto the NYX jumbo pencil, it actually looked kind of a wee bit darker than the one from the Makeup Revolution palette, which is kind of weird because it didn't turn out like that whenever I used it as eyeshadow, but you know, what can you do? I'm also just using the exact same brushes I used to blend it on my eyes because I don't have any clean brushes. What am I doing now? Yes, I'm using the dark brown eyeshadow from the Urban Decay Nocturnal palette and just doing my eyebrows again, making them sharper. And for blush, I was using a mix of the two yellows and the mauvey pink shade, and I just mixed it all together. Literally just swirled it and just applied that as blush. Well, I didn't apply it like blush, I applied it as if it was contour but higher because that's how I apply blush. Put some on my nose because that's a trend, and now I'm using the peachier pink, the lighter pink, and just placing that on top just for a wee bit more of a flush, I guess. Just so it doesn't look like it's straight yellow on your face, you know? Putting some blush on my temples as well because I don't know aesthetic. We're going back into the Makeup Revolution palette and taking all the colours that looks like it could be a highlight and mixing them together to put highlight on my face. Because I lost my sleek highlighting palette, which is the best thing ever. That's the only highlight that I use. Now I'm lining my eye, just doing a wing on the eye without the sun with my not my NYX, my e.l.f. liner. I don't normally use this because it takes a really, really long time to dry. And it's annoying because I always end up creasing it onto my upper like eyelid before it properly dries, but what can you do for having one monolid? Just doing a basic ass wing. Yeah, here's proof that it's a really, really long drying time. I had to cut out literally like 10 minutes of footage of me just fanning my eye, but now I'm gonna put some mascara on, put some fake lashes on right after it, and probably end up doing more lip syncing. What I also didn't mention and the footage got lost was the lipstick that I ended up using was from Makeup Academy. Yeah. Well, that's the look. Bye.